So I'm the costume designer. This is my little office. It's one of about 6 different rooms we have in this building. We've got a couple of offices. We've got about 3 storerooms where we keep all the costumes. We've got a big laundry room where we spend a lot of our time. My job is I get all the scripts. It's quite similar to Julie's job. We get all the scripts. I read through them and kind of determine what we might need for each episode, really. So we have quite a big existing wardrobe stock because a lot of the characters have been here for a little while. So we either use that or I'll buy new things for each episode. If there's a new character coming in, I'll speak to that actor and we'll kind of together build up an idea about what kind of clothes that character might wear. I'll then go out and shop for everything. We'll get the actor and we'll do a fitting where we try on lots of different combinations, different garments, not necessarily to find specific outfits, more to just build up a wardrobe for that character. So we've got something to pull from for the duration of their stay in River City. I then make up a booklet with all the characters, all the scenes they're doing for each episode. I pick all the costumes for each one and then I hand that off to my team who then use that as a kind of resource for making sure everyone's in the right clothes for the duration of the episode, really.
Perfect. That sounds really exciting. And can you tell us about who's in your team and what the entry level position is?
Yeah, so we run 2 teams at once at River City. So we've got what is kind of the basic structure of a costume team. There are lots more roles in other jobs depending on the scale of the production. But at River City, you've got me, the designer. I've then got 2 supervisors and they are kind of in their own way heads of the team. So I hand off all my designs to them and then they manage it for the duration of the episode. Because we don't film things in order, they make sure each character's in the right thing at the right time. They prepare all the clothes, so they do all the laundry and the ironing and they set them in the artist dressing room each day. So that's the supervisor's job. They make sure everything's where it should be, when it should be, really. Then we have the costume standbys, and they're really the representative of the costume department on set. So they're either in the studio or outside on the back lot. They maintain what we call continuity. So that's making sure that a costume is the same on one take as it is on the next take, as it is on the next take. So if we film, a big kind of wide shot of an actor, they would be like, right, she's got one button done, everything's smooth, everything looks nice. Then if we come in, to do a close-up, maybe we've stopped for lunch, maybe the actor's just gone off for a bit, they make sure that it doesn't look like this, it looks the same as it was. They also kind of look after the actors while they're on set, so keeping them dry if it's raining. We've got, I think, about 70 umbrellas for that job, keeping them warm because River City is its own microclimate. It's quite often cold and wet, so that's really a big part of their job. And then below them is the trainee, and that would be our entry-level position. And the trainee is quite a nice role here because they sort of get to see a little bit of everything. So some of the week they'll spend time here in the office. They'll help me maybe do returns. I do a phenomenal amount of online shopping. So they'll help me maybe open those up or package things up to return them. And they'll spend time with the supervisors. They do quite a lot of things like laundry, ironing, maybe polishing shoes, labelling things. I think it's quite similar to a lot of the other departments described in their entry-level position. It's quite a lot of sort of maintenance jobs. It's maybe not the most creative, but it's where you're kind of learning the foundations of how the whole department works. They also get to spend time on set with our costume standbys. If we have any extras, once the trainee's been here for a little while, we try to let them look after them so they can start to learn how to manage continuity on their own, how to write notes, how to use the iPad system, sort of thing.
That's great. And what's the recruitment process to select your trainee, and specifically what do you look for in them, and what are the transferable skills that you look for?
I think transferable skills is probably the right word for it because I think, like a lot of the other heads of department have said, if you have some qualifications, maybe if you've done a costume course or a fashion course, that's great, but it is an entry-level position, so it is kind of the ideal job to come in and learn on the job. So I think maybe the biggest part is just it's an attitude. It's been positive, it's been really open-minded and willing to learn. It's been able to work efficiently and neatly. everything kind of has to have its place and needs to go back there so anyone can find it. I think just being willing to learn is the thing. I mean, sometimes, really like any job, you might have sort of a boring day where you're just sorting out stock or you're doing a lot of laundry. But then other days you'll be out on set, you'll be helping the standby, you'll have your own iPad to look after notes. So yeah, I think it's just an openness and a friendly attitude, a willingness to be part of the team, like a lot of the other people have said.
And you mentioned some of your trainees are out of college or university. Do you maybe have any tips for those that have not gotten to college or they're not doing any specific course? Do you have any advice on what they should be doing to upskill, or any tips for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not essential, but if you are able to learn and practice, like really even just basic alteration skills, like how to sew on a button, or maintenance skills, how to polish a pair of shoes. I know that sounds really daft, but they are things that you're going to be coming in and doing. So, if you already know how to do some of that, that's really helpful. I think other stuff, trying to do short films or theatre is quite a really good place to learn as well, because that is transferable skills. It's looking after clothing. And another really big part is just we spend an awful lot of time with the actors in quite sort of close, we have quite close relationships with them because you are in their personal space, and clothing's quite an intimate thing. You want someone to be comfortable, and so I think a lot of jobs, like, even if you've done hospitality work or you've done retail work where you've done customer facing work and you know how to interact with people with a kind of positive, friendly attitude, I think that's really helpful as well.
Great. These are all really amazing tips. And we're here today to inspire our audience to get their first job or continue their career in film and TV. So could you let us know just quickly, what is your favorite part of your job?
I was trying to think about this earlier on. I suppose I really love the problem solving aspect of it. Maybe you read a tricky bit in a script, like there's a bit of a stunt and you figure out how are we going to do that. We'll have the actor, we'll have the stunt double, we might need to have repeat costumes, so maybe like multiples of the same jacket so we can use it for this. Or maybe you've got 50 extras and you've got an hour to get them dressed. How can you organise that? So I really like the problem solving nature of it. And here specifically, I love it when I'm in a fitting with an actor and we've kind of gone through lots of different clothing and it's going quite well. And then they put on this one thing, like a jacket, and it doesn't need to be fancy. We had a moment where an actress put on something, it's just a jacket from River City, and we both just went, there it is, there's the character. And just facilitating the actor, in their own process, I find really rewarding.